Hey, welcome to ProBox TV. We're all heading toward February 19th, just outside Sacramento, California. A great card here on ProBox. Download the ProBox TV app now, and you can judge a card a lot of times by the main event. Jose Arellano taking on Gabriel Flores Jr. He is joining us and the champs right here in studio. Jimmy Smith alongside Chris Algieri, Paulie Malignaggi, and of course, Gabriel Flores, our main eventer come February 19th. Thank you so much for joining us. What does this opportunity mean to you, this main event spot for ProBox TV?
It's great. You know, it's going to be a lot of publicity, a lot of eyes. He's going to be able to see me. So I'm ready to put on a great card. You know, I mean, an amazing casino like Chicken Ranch, you know, right there around my neck of the woods. So it's a great opportunity, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Gabe, what do you know about Arellano? You know, have you seen him fight? You know, your opponent here in the main event. It's a big opportunity. What do you know about your opponent?
I know that he's going to be there all night. You know, he's not shy to get hit, you know, and he's going to keep on coming. You know, his game plan is just to keep on coming, put the pressure, and try his best to slow me down.
Yeah, you know, Gabe, you're 24 years old. You got 27 pro fights and have fought some tip-top guys. I had the chance to call a number of your fights on Top Rank as you were coming up. You know, it took a couple tough losses there, but you're on a 4-fight win streak moving forward. Do you look at Jose Arellano as the toughest guy since that comeback started?
Yeah. You know, I expect him to get tougher as we go along, climbing higher ranks. So, yeah, so I'm making sure I'll be the toughest guy he gets in the ring with also.
Nice.
So that's my goal.
When it comes to combat sports, man, I came up till I was 9 years old. I lived in the San Joaquin Valley myself, man. Stockton, 209, very tough area. Some great boxers out of there. Visalia. Talk about wrestling. It's all over the valley. What does it mean coming from there, man? You said hometown. That's where I'm from. What does that bring out of you fighting there?
Stockton's a different culture, man. Different type of thinking. You know, fight night, you just always feel like nobody's better than you. Nobody could mess with you when you step in that ring. You know, you got that chip on your shoulder. Coming from where I come from, so it plays good in my part.
What's something Arellano is going to see from Gabriel Flores that he hasn't seen before?
Real active, you know. I feel like I'm gonna be able to throw as many punches as I want, do whatever I want, ring generalship. So I feel real confident about my pace. So I feel great.
Yeah, you're tall for the weight class. And speaking about the weight class, you know, you're at 135 now. You know, you were campaigning at 130 for a while. I remember there being some issues about the weight. How do you feel now at 135 at the age of 24? Do you feel the maturity? Do you making the weight? How's that going so far?
I feel great. I feel the best I ever felt. I've grown into it more and more as time went by. You know, my first fights at 135, you know, I was like a good 135er, but now I feel like the best to be at 135. I fully grown into it.
You have twice as many fights as your opponent. What do you learn in those big fights? Chris talks about calling you coming up, but it's the experience of being in the ring. That's what teaches you everything. What have you learned in those last 12, 11 fights that he hasn't had?
You know, there's everything. You can't teach experience. So, you know, you could prepare for anything, but you got to go through it and see how you react to it and how it is. But it just goes to how comfortable I am in the ring now. I just feel so comfortable, and I feel in control at all aspects.
Gabe, you talk about you can't teach experience. Well, tell us a little bit about your amateur career. How many amateur fights did you have? You know, and how was that in terms of experience?
Oh man, my amateur career is, you know, got a lot to do with my experience. I had 98 amateur fights. I was ranked #1 in the world as an amateur. You know, I was ranked #1 in the nation for years, back to back. But man, I fought in Russia. I got to fight people from different countries. And that was a great experience, something I'll never take for granted, and something that really, like I said, added to my experience, and I needed and helped me out a lot.
Yeah, Gabe, I know you're no stranger to gym wars and sparring with some fantastic fighters. During this camp, have you had any notable sparring partners that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just got done sparring Feliciano from Salas' gym. I be in there sparring there a lot. I sparred Leo. My God, Angelo Leo. There we go.
Nice. So you're in Vegas. You're in Vegas doing camp.
Yeah. I live here.
Oh, okay.
I live here.
Nice. Yeah, that's good work. Angelo Leo, that's some real solid A class work there.
Yeah, we talking about world champion. You know what I'm saying? So for sure.
When you talk about your technique, the guys are always telling me you build the fundamentals in the amateurs, but in the pros, you learn how to vary up your punches. You have to learn how to sit on your shots, hit with a little more power. What have you learned in your last few pro fights that you think is going to take you that next level here on ProBox?
Just to be more patient, or be more relaxed. I feel like everything's moving slower to me now. Like I see things much more clear.
You talked about that amateur resume, and I really rate that because I feel like a solid amateur foundation is really what's behind a lot of top level fighters. Plus, it gets you signed earlier, gets you looked at earlier in your career, right? So, how does Gabriel Flores make his professional career match that in what he did in the amateurs?
I just gotta find myself, be the best version of myself. Putting all the puzzles together. It's just like my guy was saying, in the pros, you're sitting down on punches. It's that, and it's mixing it in with my boxing skill. All in one. Touching the body. Like I said, like all variables, but to get all together.
Are you enjoying your pro career as much as you did your amateur career? Because sometimes that changes too.
I am having a lot of fun. I feel like this is the rise. We're on the rise right now, so I feel like this will be the best part of the journey.
Yeah, Gabe, again, I'm watching you for a number of years. You seem like a different guy. You seem much more mature, and I think when you look at your record, you look where you've been. Everything was so young. There was so much. You were so young. Everyone was looking, at you as you're doing all this stuff. There was a lot of hype. What do you say to the people who saw you take a couple losses and kind of lost hope in Gabe Flores? What do you say to those people?
Oh well, I'm focused on myself. I'm staying in my lane. I love what I'm doing. I believe in myself. I'm real confident when we're doing so. I'm not really looking for anybody else's answers or anybody's opinions, but of course they all got one, and that's fine. But I was 17, started my pro career, but now I'm a full-blown man, 24 years old, and I'm still growing. So I feel like this is my rise, like I was saying.
Well, the last thing I have to ask you, man, what are fans going to see in this main event, February 19th? You said in your backyard. A lot of people consider that pressure. I know you're going to use that as motivation. What are we going to see in this main event that they should tune in for?
A lot of intensity from me, a lot of output. I feel great. Like you say, it's pressure. It's never been pressure. I fought in my hometown quite a few times now in my arena in Stockton. So, and now we're going like a little down the street from my hometown. So it's going to be great. I always feel comfortable. Like I said, it's home field advantage.
Well, we're looking forward to a great main event. Thank you so much for taking time for us, champ.
I appreciate you guys. See you guys fight week.
Jose Arellano taking on Gabriel Flores Jr. It's our main event, February 19th. All you have to do, download the ProBox TV app. Never miss a great action-packed 50-50 fight. All you have to do, download the app, find out why millions are watching, and join us February 19th.